back in action, breaking open rail cars near downtown LA and stealing the merchandise inside. Take a look at this video filmed this morning from Air 7 HD near Lincoln Park. You can see the Union Pacific tracks just littered with empty boxes from companies like Amazon and UPS. Union Pacific says LA County rail thefts have increased 160% in the past year. The company is calling on District Attorney George Gascon to reconsider his special directive so that these thieves can face harsher consequences. Union Pacific says they've increased the number of special agents on site.
Unopened. COVID rapid tests. We even have fishing lures.
This is Isaiah 14:4. That thou shalt take up this parable against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Shalom, Ka'ala Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Ruach Kodash. Double honors my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the elect, where the house of David reborn again in this generation. And shalom to the 130 Asherallah, who today were known as the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who before losing our true heritage, we were known as, and still are, the true Hebrew Israelites of the Holy Bible. In today's lesson, we're going to talk about the rampant uptick of train burglaries taking place in Los Angeles. Right? In the video you just watched, this man went to this area in Los Angeles where it is become popular for basically people to rob these trains. Basically what they're doing is, while these trains are Union Pacific trains, they're bringing cargo into the warehouses in Los Angeles. You can see downtown LA right here. These trains have to either stop or go slow while they're going into the city. So what they're doing is they're basically jumping onto the trains, opening them up, and basically throwing out the cargo. And as you can see here in these images, these are all the cargo that has been opened, or as you can see from that video, there's a lot of unopened merchandise, things that these thieves do not see any value in. Right? Here's some other images just to give you an example that this is isn't just that one little spot, man. This is a huge area, and apparently it's a big issue. So much so that when you go down to these comments, the first comment here says, from Sam Wu to Go, it says, it's not just in LA. Theft and vandalism have gone way up on all the rail networks. My company is experiencing some of the worst loss numbers while in rail transit. We just announced that all transport carts will be welded shut and unwelded when it gets to the destination. Even locks aren't enough. Right? And check that out, man. So you see that? This is where things have gotten in our economy, man. You see all the crime that you're seeing reported on the news, the stuff that makes it onto the news. There's a whole lot of things going on behind the scenes. And why is that? Well, it's because this is biblical. This is biblical that this is happening here in Babylon the Great, which is what America is referred to in the Bible, right? And what scripture talks about this? This is Job 20 and 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And you see, right now, this is talking about Esau, right? The wicked of the earth, right? And right now, he is in his sufficiency, right? He is about to slam dunk what he believes is his agenda down the throats of everybody here on the earth, okay? And he's in his sufficiency, right? His plans are going, to his liking for the most part, right? He's about to collapse the economy and ultimately kill off the majority of the world, right? But in doing so, the Lord has caused a spirit to come upon the people, right? The same spirit which is being caused because the economy is being destroyed. The same spirit that is being roused up because these Edomites, for the most part, have abandoned the society and are now making their way to the next society that they are planning to bring forth, the New World Order, right? The world where Lucifer reigns and his laws reign supreme, right? And that is a place where you Negro, Latino, Native Americans are not invited. I don't know if you've gotten the message yet, but you can't come to Esau's party, right? Now he's right now trying to be nice and trying to hide that from you by trying to stick you full of poison, get you a bunch of snake bites, and ultimately incarcerate you and kill you off. But it's a slow process. Now right here it tells you that every hand of the wicked, well, this word wicked, when you get into it, it goes back to the word laborer, right? And basically, who are the laborers here in Babylon the Great? It's you Israelites, you Negro, Latino, Native Americans. You are the laborers that ultimately are going to turn upon your masters, right? These Edomites, these people who rule the world and Babylon the Great, right? Well, what you're seeing here is the hands of the laborers coming upon Esau, okay? Because pretty soon, this type of activity is not going to be able to be hidden, right? Now, imagine all the merchandise that has gone missing, the amount of orders that haven't been fulfilled because they've been lost or whatnot. I've recently had, an order, months back, in fact, right? My wife ordered something and it was lost in transit, and then eventually they said that they refunded it. Well, why did they refund it? Well, because more than likely it was part of one of these cargoes that basically got pilfered, okay? And again, this is all part of a greater scheme. One, because the Lord is making it so that way the economy is on its way down, and you have the laborers of Babylon the Great needing to basically make the ends meet, and the way they're doing it is they're basically robbing the merchandise trains, man. Right? This is an old tactic that has come back in a strong way. So much so, as this guy said, that they're now going to have to weld shut these containers and stuff. Right? Look at what this says. It says, this is what they do in Papua New Guinea to get goods from the highlands to port. That's a seriously rough country. It's insane you have to do this in the US. Right? So check that out, man. More like all ways of life. I live in a relatively small community, and there have been around a dozen armed thefts since around Christmas time. Shit's getting real. So you see, man, this world is experiencing an uplifting of violence and crime, right? And why is that? Because again, this system is on its way down. There's Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. In the day that the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. And the doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall raise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of the music shall be brought low. Right? So you see this? So this is what's going on right now, right? The grinders have ceased. Basically, the jobs have gone away. The economy is hurting, and people are basically shoplifting, man. They're robbing what they can, right? You're seeing the mass shoplifting sprees going on in all these stores where Jake is busting into these luxury stores or wherever they can, and they're just basically walking out with, hands full of merchandise, right? To either sell it, or basically to get money, man. Because again, a lot of our people are hurting right now, man. And that's because, again, the jobs are scarce. Nobody really wants to work because inflation is starting to hit people's pockets to where it's not even worth working the hours that you get paid for, man. So we're gonna start seeing more of this type of stuff, man. More robberies, more crime, things that they don't show you on the news, right? This is Ezekiel 35:4. Actually, let's start at verse 1. Moreover, the word of Yahweh Bashem Ashai came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, right? And this is talking about the old capital city of Edom, right? So basically saying, set your face against these Edomites, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus says Yahweh Bashem Ashai power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh Bashem Ashai, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hath shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end, right? And right now, our iniquity is at an end, right? But what's going on? These devils, they're killing us. They're trying to kill us off, right? They're shooting us down in the streets through their police. They're basically injecting all these snake bites, which are going to eventually lead to mass deaths. You see, all the things that are going on right now, the Lord eventually is going to pay back these devils for doing it, right? And one of the things that he's doing is he's making their towns desolate, right? And you can see it happening here in America. And like that comment said, this isn't only just happening in LA, it's happening all over. I know Seattle's and other places is going on, and I'm sure in other big port cities around the Babylon the Great, you're seeing the same sort of things. Now, I'm not sure if it's to the same level, man, but you can just see, man, this is some crazy stuff that they're not showing in the TV. Let's see, this is Jeremiah 51:8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go, every one, into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. There you go. And that's ultimately what's going on. Babylon the Great, America, its sins have been piled upon themselves, right? It has built up a den of iniquity, right? And it's done it on the backs of the Israelites, the children of God, you Negro, Latino, Native Americans. And because of that, the Lord is visiting Babylon and bringing it down, right? And he's starting little by little, right? By making the economy, start to implode, right? Making it so that way these devils are pushing forth their agenda, right? They think that they're bringing down their society in a controlled manner, but the truth is that they're going to soon, if they haven't already, they're going to lose control. And you're going to see little things like this, things that they haven't accounted for, start to be a bigger issue, right? Start to cause a bigger rift in their plans. And ultimately, it's going to be to their own detriment, right? And this is how Babylon the Great is going to suddenly be fallen. So hopefully this video was edifying, Akim. Hopefully I showed you something new, So until the next time, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the elect. Shalom.